Hello guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today I want to talk about something that I personally struggle with and I discussed recently with my psychiatrist. So it is fear of being alone, which can kind of disguise itself like different things. And in my case, I didn't even realize that I had it until I talked to her. So I can divide fear of being alone into two categories. First of all is fear of like ending up alone, so being alone in life, not having a family or a partner or something like that, or fear of just spending time on your own. I think that they both kind of are valid and they both kind of come from a similar place. So let's do them in turn. So first of all, fear of ending up alone or not having a partner or etc. We humans are social creatures, so we are actually predispositioned by nature to form groups, to create families, and throughout the years and generations we lived in communities, and actually no one really lived on their own. We all had like big families who supported each other, and maybe it wasn't the best for your like self-discovery or alone time, but there was always that safety net that helped you in the times of need, and you always felt safe that someone will be there to take care of you. And now most of the people live alone or with roommates who they don't really know. It kind of goes against the natural predisposition that we have. And although a lot of people enjoy living on their own and having their time to themselves, sometimes it can be really scary, especially if you struggle with something related to mental health, or just in general if you are a more communal person than the others. So this fear is kind of valid, but still in the modern life you cannot always afford to have your family around. Maybe you need to move somewhere because of a job, maybe you just have other reasons why you cannot live with someone else. So you have to find ways to overcome this. And the second part of this fear is being alone just on your own. And for me, it actually presented itself last week when I caught myself really struggling with it, when some plans got cancelled and I kind of had the entire day to myself, and I felt this compulsion to instantly make new plans just to avoid spending the weekend on my own. And after talking to my therapist, I realized that it was because of my deep fear of not being needed, this fear of abandonment, the fear that people cancel their plans on purpose just to make fun of me or something paranoid like this. And that actually it is very healthy to sometimes spend your time on your own, which I absolutely agree with. And I actually really enjoy being on my own and living on my own in general. So if you don't like being on your own and you constantly try to distract yourself or find something to do or somewhere to go, probably there are some thoughts or feelings that you are avoiding. So as always, I can recommend to only face your fears, stay at home alone for some hours, some days, sit really still, meditate, or do yoga, or just be aware of your thoughts and constantly ask yourself, what am I trying to avoid? What is it inside of me that I'm scared of? Maybe you need to work with a therapist on it, but it is so worth finding that kind of inner problem and resolving it. I promise you, it is so satisfying, and there is just nothing better in this world than that feeling. If you are scared of anything, my advice is to face this fear, but be reasonable. I mean, if you're like scared of chainsaws or lions, probably you shouldn't cut yourself with a chainsaw or face a lion without supervision. But if it is an irrational fear that you can conquer, I would say do it over and over again, and one day it will just not be a fear of yours anymore. So if you are scared of ending up alone, try to spend more time alone, meditate, go on dates with yourself. There is nothing wrong about it. Go to cinema on your own, go for walks on your own, treat yourself right, make a candlelight dinner for yourself, and just realize that you don't really need anyone because everything that you need is already inside of you. as cheesy as it sounds, but it really is so. And I actually read a quote that said that if you just sit at home and meditate for 3 hours, it will help you find your true love or perfect mate more than going out to parties for 3 months. And I absolutely agree with it, because before you meet the person that you want to be with, you need to absolutely know yourself and know what you want from that person, and know what you want from life and what your values are, and so on and so on. Yeah, face your fears, spend the time on yourself, and also think, even if you don't get to find a soulmate, or even if you don't get to live with someone, if you have to live on your own, is it that bad? How bad can it get? Just create the worst case scenario in your head and look at it from a perspective, and you will realize that there is actually nothing really scary about being on your own, because you are anyway surrounded with friends, you have community around you, there are people, there are social workers for the worst case scenarios, and you will always get help no matter how alone you think you are. Besides, people are really awesome, and don't forget that. If you are scared of just being on your own, as I already said, face your fears, stay at home, meditate, try to think about what you are trying to avoid by constantly seeking company. Try to love yourself more and understand that you are a likable person, that no one is like teaming up against you or canceling their plans on you in order to harm you. If you are afraid that you have no friends and no one really truly cares about you, I assure this is not the case, because people are really awesome, as I said, and I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of people who truly really care about you, and you just need to look more into the people that surround you. Or even if you don't have these people, if you know yourself more, and if you are more centered and grounded inside yourself, that you can only achieve by being on your own and by yourself, you will find these people, and you will find the people that truly belong with you, and you will have more fun spending your time with. So on this note, I'm going to end this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Thank you very much for watching it. I will see you in the next one. I love you so much. Be a nice human, and goodbye.